what's up, guys? Welcome to this special edition of GPK Radio. You know, I already reviewed the Garbage Pail Kid movie one time on this show, but, I did it from a different standpoint. I did it alone, number one, which isn't as fun. And, as you guys know, I'm not really Juice. There's no such person as Juice. Juice was just a character in the Garbage Pail Kid movie. I really love that character, and basically when I did GPK Radio, I said I'm going to bring that character back to life, bring him back to the, public eye sort of in a way for the GPK, fans, and just kind of, draw attention to him because I think it's a really funny character and really a fun one too. So basically I wanted to bring that back to life, but obviously I'm not Ron McLaughlin. That's the guy who played Juice. I got 3 people with me who, this review is for people who either love or hate this movie. If you hate this movie, you're going to love this review. If you love the movie, you're going to love the review. It's very in-depth. We get way into it, so let me delay no further, and here it is, the Garbage Pail Kid movie review, 1987. The most in-depth look you will ever hear in your entire life of this movie, believe me. There's no way in the world anybody will ever go any further than this. It's full of fun stuff, guys. Stick around for the whole thing. You'll fall into the zone, believe me. Alright, enjoy. We can do anything by working with each other. We can't even sing together. Jesus Christ. That was terrible. This was supposed to be a horror movie. It was supposed to be done by John Carl Buechler.
I thought you were going to say John Carpenter, sorry.
John Carpenter was supposed to do this.
Yeah, okay.
And so Buechler was supposed to do it, and his idea was he wanted the Garbage Pail Kids to be in an actual Garbage Pail can, and someone throws something in it, they mutate into creatures who are killers, and they go around killing everybody.
Wow.
That would have been cool, too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know, Dave. I'd rather watch them so close, but okay.
The fucking Garbage Pail Sweatshop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Totally.
This movie raises so many goddamn questions. So many questions I have. And it's incredible. I can't even believe it.
It's brilliant. It's all fucking social political commentary at its finest.
Oh yeah, and their message really got across, didn't it? Because the beauty is only on the inside. People really picked up on that, while Blythe and Wally were getting puked on at the end of the movie. So this movie gets 2.8 on IMDb. It is 1987, Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. It is starring Phil Fondacaro, who is the most famous midget of the 80s. He played Greaser Greg. Anthony Newley is a real actor. He played Captain Manzini. Mackenzie Astin is the kid from Facts of Life. He played Dodger, and I actually...
Also Sean Astin's brother.
Really?
And John Astin's son, who played Gomez on The Addams Family.
Yep. And Katie Barbary plays Tangerine, and she's a very successful actress in Spanish television, because she's actually Spanish. And Ron McLaughlin plays Juice. He's the main bully of the movie, and this is directed by Rod Amato. And his son plays Juice's henchman, Wally. So, About 3 people actually wrote this movie, believe it or not. so
I don't believe it.
It took 3 people to get this. Who saw it for the first time around? I guess Dave, right?
Yeah, I did for the first time, yeah.
Okay, what do you think of the Garbage Pail Kids movie?
It's fun.
From a 40-year-old man. Here you go. Garbage Pail Kids movie.
It's a fun movie, I'll tell you what. It's, but, like I said before, don't watch it sober. That's all I can say. This is the perfect, really, this is a great movie with the right crowd, the right people with you, and catching the right buzz. You'll have a good night.
It takes a lot to enjoy this, basically, is what he's saying.
It doesn't take a lot. No, it doesn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not a lot, really. No, if you have even by yourself. I watched it by myself. There was times where I wish I had people with me, the right people. It can't just be anybody. But there was a few people that I wish were with me watching it and, indulging under the same chemical buzz I was indulging. And is fun.
All right, cool. So Matt, you watched it in 19 blah blah blah.
88 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even like it then. I remember I watched it multiple times, and I recall after repeat viewings thinking, why am I watching this again? You know, I was just so hard up for entertainment, I guess, but at the same time, I still didn't like it. Watching it now, I can't say I liked it, but if you want to laugh at something for its shortcomings and the idioticness of it all, then this is it. I mean, this is some crazy ass shit here.
Jamie, what do you think of, and what is your history with the movie and watch-wise?
My history is I saw it when it came out, and I didn't really like it. Like I was kind of disappointed with some of the characters, and then I just sort of forgot about it. When it came out on DVD, I got the DVD and I watched it again, and then it sat on my shelf until you said, "Hey, let's do it."
Are you serious? It sat on your shelf for 10 years?
I watched it the once, but then I hadn't watched it again until now. And to be honest, when I watched it this time, I was in the beginning. I was just like, God, the humor is so bad. It's so bad. And then watching all the kids, and then they're just like, meh, 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 and they're just, and like Alligator, who was one of my favorite cards, like I said earlier, his character was completely on my nerves. But then as I got into it, I sort of felt a little bit differently about it. So, and which, we can get into. But
wow. Okay.
I agree with that, because by the time the third act happens, I'm more into it. Yeah. But I guess I was just like,
and
this
there are
time
things about it I really do like.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time I was just sitting there, arms folded, like, halfway through the movie. I'm like, nope, this isn't a thing that should have happened. But by the end of it, I'm like, all right, I kind of get this. I kind of get what's happening. So
awesome. Like I said, I've watched it. Obviously I like it. I understand that it's technically not good. I do understand that. I could see why people wouldn't. But then again, I also, I just get lost in it. Oddly enough, here's what I think about it. Like, I think everybody did a good job. I know you guys are gonna go, what? But I think everybody did a convincing job of acting when it comes to Dodger, Tangerine, and believe it or not, Juice too. You might think he was very stiff and wooden, but it just really worked for what he looked like, what they had him do, and all that type of shit. So if you're given that script and you look that part, that is exactly how it should be played. I mean, I don't think there's anything. I love that character, actually. Dodger, how he was able to sell the scenes as if they were reality and play the truth of the scene. I don't even know how he did that. I think it's an incredible. Like, I couldn't imagine treating this like it was serious. Like, playing this movie straight must be a fucking task. Obviously, the bad acting was clearly from the henchmen, Wally and Blythe. Those are terrible actors. A lot of the extras or whatever. The guards at the place that we'll talk about later, they're horrible actors. The Garbage Pail Kids themselves, I feel like they were pretty talented people delivering those lines. They did a convincing job. I didn't think anything was off with that. Now let's get. But
it didn't match up with the mouths. Yeah, that was a big problem for me. It was like watching a foreign Italian slasher or something like that. Nothing was syncing up at all.
It's like, Godzilla is coming to the village, and it's like it does not match the fucking mouth. Yeah, that's the problem. These animatronics. So I didn't
even care. I didn't even care about that. It was just part of the charm in a weird way. This movie was totally 80s. 80s
Oh, this
cheese.
movie was so 80s from its very core, and that's one of the things I can't wait to talk about is one of the things I like about it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So the Garbage Pail Kids in this movie are Alligator, Greaser Greg, Valerie Vomit, Windy Winston, Foul Phil, Messy Tessie and Nat Nerd. Okay, let's go with the looks of these Garbage Pail Kids. They looked nothing like the cards at all in any way, and they actually repainted all of those Garbage Pail Kids, and they actually released 4 of them officially for movie promotion, and they redid the cards with the look of the fucking movie, and it is scary looking, man.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's weird though, but it's cool. It's whatever. But yeah, they don't look anything like it. What did you guys think? Like, let's just say if you can go back into your child mind, or even Dave, knowing what Garbage Pail Kids look like.
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. When you looked at these things, what do you think when it comes to I'm now seeing Garbage Pail Kids come to life?
It's funny, man. It's funny. And some of them are gross. Some of them I didn't even like to look at. And others were just humorous because of the way they looked. What the hell? Why was, what's his name? Greaser Greg? Mm-hmm. The fucking Fonz wannabe? Okay. Right?
Hey, chicks is chicks, and I know my chicks.
He was entertaining. But let me see. Let me ask, why was he a Garbage Pail Kid? What was fucked up about him besides the fact that he was a greaser? Like, what was the card looking like?
Exactly. And he had a big head, and he was a midget. Yeah, exactly.
Weren't they all? I don't know. Were they real?
Yeah, I'm get to that too. Yeah, okay, well, first I'll answer this, then we'll get into the midget thing for Matt. Basically, Garbage Pail Kids, dude, I mean, they just take, like, literally, I'm looking at one right now, because I even have the folders that kids had brought to school, like those big, gigantic folders.
Oh, yeah, I remember those, yes.
Yep, I got, like, 4 of them right here.
That's
and
cool.
So, Jelly Kelly I'm looking at, it's just a girl on the phone eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the shit splatter all over her, meaning that she...
Also known as Babbling Brook.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh,
whoa, damn.
So, basically, nothing has to happen to them. They just are... Okay, basically what Garbage Pail Kids are, you could say you're into anything in the world, and there's a Garbage Pail Kid of it. If you're into swimming, if you're into Harley Davidsons, if you're into tennis, if you're into bowling, if you're into anything.
Right.
Anything. Anything happening. If you're into ping pong, if you're into fucking marbles. Graffiti, anything. There's a Garbage Pail Kid. Anything.
Yeah. I guess I couldn't see why he was one, because every other Garbage Pail Kid in this movie, I could picture what would be on their card. You know what I'm saying? And it would be something gross or funny or whatever.
One
but
throws up, one snots.
Yeah,
you know,
one farts.
One pees. Yeah.
One's ugly and pees.
One's an alligator.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one...
Toes.
Yeah, well, the shocking thing, you know, because the Garbage Pail Kids were shocking, the shocking thing about Greaser Greg was that he was holding a knife in the card.
Okay, so he's just a fucking punk, just a West Side Story greaser fucking... Okay.
Yeah. So now let's get into the people portraying Garbage Pail Kids. Matt, what did you think of midgets portraying Garbage Pail Kids?
Okay, guys, wouldn't it be so much better if they just had, you know, filmed regular-size actors and then somehow, you know, made them smaller through the magic of filmmaking? And they wouldn't have been waddling around and with their giant heads almost falling over and their little arms and stuff like that. I don't know.
Oh, but think about it back then in the kind of CGI they had. It would have looked terrible if they did that.
Yeah, that would look terrible. Yeah,
it would look like Willy Wonka.
Yeah, the new one, right? Right.
No, I meant the old one where the little kid.
The old one.
Yeah, where the kid shrunk himself.
What was wrong with the... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Oompa Loompas.
On TV.
Yeah, they're midgets.
Right, exactly. They had to be. Imagine if they would have had CGI ones in fucking the original. They were perfect the way they were. But even in the Tim Burton one, the new one, it doesn't fucking make it... That CGI is average, I guess, for, you know, the time it came out, but it doesn't look right. It was so much better that when they all had a specific thing in the original Willy Wonka. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right? What the fuck was that all about with the Indian guy?
Well, that movie sucks, but...
The new one, yeah. But you gotta go with midgets, Matt. That's why.
Well, what if they told you that there were children in those costumes and not midgets? Would that make a difference?
Yeah.
Well, it would have made a difference because they wouldn't have moved like that. I'm sorry. You know a midget when you see a midget.
No,
I'm sorry.
You're right. You're right.
Dude, the funniest shit was when they were passing the bag of clothes up the stairs, and fucking Greaser Greg gets knocked the fuck over, and he's waddling up to get up again. Oh my god, that was so funny.
See, I love to watch them run because like their legs don't go like scissor action like normal.
Oh no,
people.
they don't.
They're like side.
Yeah.
And when Greaser Greg's putting the bike away and he walks back to the Captain Manzini store, his legs, it's like, oh my god, that's a midget. It's a fucking midget with a gigantic head on.
I didn't
huge
even
fucking head. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even none of that registered with me at all. I was too compelled because they were all the characters.
He was compelled.
They were larger than life characters. They really were. I was watching this movie like, oh, they were interesting looking. They were.
And here's your Oscar for Garbage Pail Kids.
They were just larger than life
Best
characters.
actor. Here you go.
They just blew me away. Just their appearances blew me away. I wasn't even thinking about what was underneath. It could have been anything, and I was just blown away by their appearances. They're very. I don't know. They were compelling to look at. Some of them gross. I really had a difficult time watching the fucking Zip Boy.
Yeah, he's hard to watch.
I can't really look at that.
It was gross. He was like deformed. You know how I am with deformities. That's, you know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it looked too real to me. That fucking shit. It's still real to me.
Guys,
damn it!
I'm taking you both to a freak show.
Well, honestly, we talk a lot about midgets. That honestly didn't affect me in this in any way because they're so freakish with their gigantic heads that you can't not just look at their faces. I think the whole time.
And they're yeah, right.
I really never even thought about the whole midget aspect after 5 minutes. Because I just thought they're too fucking crazy. Yeah.
Oh, so right away that was the first thing you picked up on. Is that they were midgets.
Of course. Are you kidding me?
Dude, he has a phobia. Of course
right,
he did.
Exactly. Okay. I can see that. I guess that's what, yeah. So you do have a phobia. That's okay. So be it.
I don't.
It's okay.
But
I've been
I'm
public
playing it
about
up.
mine.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Everybody knows mine. I got mine too. You got yours. My wife is the exact same way, man. Exact. Matter of fact, we went to fucking the fish
She hates
contest.
white people?
Hey, there was 2 black Garbage Pail Kids in this movie, man.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, no
I'll get to that in a
shit.
second. And I'll get to that.
And the fucking ratio was incredible. I mean, there's only how many? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and 2 are black.
I don't think
Wait,
that one was black.
Alligator white?
No, he was black.
You know what? He looked Samoan to me.
He was just
looked
Cajun.
No, I'm telling you, he looked Samoan completely. The shirt he had on, the way he looked, his color, his hair. He looked
Alligator?
fucking... No! Alligator. What was the farter? The guy that farts. Him. What's his name?
Wendy Winston.
Wendy Winston, yeah. That dude was black as fuck.
He looked Samoan to me. I could totally buy it. He looked like a fucking... I don't know, The Rock or something, shrunken.
Yeah.
Samoans represent.
Well, this movie did hit rock bottom, so.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. No, I love it. Yeah, no, it's crazy. The mouth's not matching. The faces are so fucking hideous looking.
The eyeballs on Alligator were freaking me the fuck out. When that guy was like looking around and his mouth was fucking chomping away, and I'm like, what the fuck is he even looking at? I don't fucking get it. It was freaking me out a little bit. Like if you just played a clip of that on a loop with like some weird trippy ass music behind it, you would fucking freak out.
Dude, it's like this. Here's their method. They said, well, we have to make these things look real, so when Dodger or Captain Manzini or whatever are talking, let's just have them move their eyes around like real people.
Right.
So they just randomly fucking look around. It's like, what are you looking at? Like real people either look at you or they look at the floor. They don't look everywhere. It's just
constantly moving their eyes all shifty like. Who is this fucking asshole? What is he doing?
And even the opening scene, once they get into the shop, like the fucking pitchers were looking, their eyes were moving around.
What the fuck was up with that? So many questions. Yes. What was up? Like, was it, what? I don't even get that. What was up with that?
Who was that? Nobody knows?
I thought it was going somewhere, but it never. I mean, the only thing you could take from that is that Captain Manzini knows magic. Clearly, he's doing the
Right.
send the kids back in the pail. No.
Really black magic, according
Thinks
to
he
the
knows
book that
magic.
he's reading.
Right.
Really black magic.
Yeah, right. And even when he's like, something's us and vampires brew, make these clothes as good as new, and the washing machine starts up. Like, clearly he's into that. So I that's all I'm taking from it. I don't know what that's all about.
Before we get too far, I have a question about the opening credits, believe it or not. Okay, so it starts with a gigantic garbage pail flying through space, and the credits are coming at us via cards and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, actually. But are we to believe that the Garbage Pail Kids are from outer space? Is that what?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, is that ever conveyed later in the movie, or is it just the beginning?
No, never, ever.
Okay, I was confused as fuck. Yeah, okay.
Awesome. That's why this movie
Okay.
is awesome. I'll tell you shit like that. I'm not
Because
kidding
they
you.
Fucked it up.
I love it. It's fucking what everybody says about Troll 2. This is a fucking 1,000 times better than fucking Troll 2. This is so bad it's good in the best possible fucking way. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it was great. And I tell you what, it's tailor made for acid. I don't do acid, but I did acid years ago. When Matt said trippy a minute ago, which is British, I'm thinking, man, this would be great on acid. Oh my god, right? Wow.
Yep. I'm loving Dave. I think he's my new best friend today.
Right on. What do you mean new? What the fuck?
I know we've been, but can you be a better best friend? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the man.
They just don't answer anything. But here's the most bizarre part of that fact. Let's just say we're going to go along with, okay, they're aliens from God knows where the fuck, maybe a garbage can planet or something, and they just randomly, I guess, hit Earth, yet they're completely sure that other friends are there. What do you guys...
Yes.
Something. Oh, we're looking for our friends. Like, why would they be here? And there's not a lot of you. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone in the world has ever seen anybody that looks like this. Like, clearly they're a rare breed, but they're completely convinced that other people that look like them are there.
We never see them. We have no idea who the fuck they're talking about. But yet, that's like an impetus of the movie is them trying to find their friends and stuff like that. But
it's crazy.
Where did you come from? As far as I know, you came out of this garbage pail that was in this guy's fucking crazy ass Friday 13th, the TV series shop.
Yes.
And he's trying to get you back in. Where are the others? I don't get it. So much they just leave unexplained. It's crazy.
They talk about their friends, and I don't know how many watches it took me to realize that we never see these assholes. I mean, they build this up, and they talk about, there's other ones, they're Banana Anna,
they're looking for them in the alley garbage cans.
Yeah, right. They're supposedly locked up, and we'll get to that soon. And that's insane. And you never the huge payoff of the movie never happens. I guess they just didn't want to waste money making more paper mache puppets. Or whatever the fuck that was.
Which is a shame because I wanted more,
Yeah.
I mean, we spent so much time with these 7. I wanted them to explore the world deeper because there are so many others and so many better ones. And I wanted to, I'm like, okay, where are they? They're looking for them. I'm like, we're going to get to see them. No, we don't. I was really disappointed because by the time this movie came out, there were so many Garbage Pail Kids to choose from and we only got stuck with this handful. And I was mainly disappointed with the ones that they chose. So I was really hoping that we would get to see more, when we went to the place. But we didn't. They met a dark end, it seems.
Yeah, they were killed. And we'll get to that.
Alex, I was going to ask you. I thought I missed that in the plot. I thought when they got to it, I'm like, aren't they here to get a friend? And I was going to ask you about this. I thought maybe I missed something in the plot. Maybe I thought I heard that they thought they had a friend there, and I was just wrong. Because, my attention isn't, it's documented.
We're goldfish, we know.
Yes, I'm a goldfish, yes. So I was confused about that. I was going to ask you, but then you guys just brought up, so I'm like, okay, now this is what I enjoyed about the movie. Yes, it's fucked up that it wasn't there, but that is one of the best things about it. That's why it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they weren't there just because you could laugh at the movie for that, and that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, that they built up this whole thing to nothing. And it's funny that the Garbage Pail Kids they even hinted were here. Messy Tessie was like, Ultraviolet, Banana Anna, when she was looking in the garbage in the alleys. One of them is just a Garbage Pail Kid with a sunburn, and the other one is a banana, which I posted on Banana Laser's Facebook. So it's just a banana. They were looking for a banana in a garbage.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
Yeah, it's at horrorphilia.com. So, yeah, so the opening scene after we get past what we already talked about, Captain Manzini just trusted that these things would stay in it, and God knows how they fucking fit in this garbage can is beyond me.
Right, what the fuck?
and,
and why does he have them? Why is he the collector? I don't understand. Why is he the keeper of these things? And here's another thing. The whole movie, he's trying to remember a thing to get him to go back in there. Well, they get out in the first scene of the movie and get back in.
Because they're afraid that he'll find them.
Oh, yeah, he puts the thing on
then,
the top. Yeah.
Yeah, the very beginning has them sneaking around and fucking shit up and all this stuff. But then they get back in. But then later, when they're released by Dodger, they just stay out. They're like, fuck it. You know, what's Cap Manzini gonna do now?
Right.
Nothing.
They were afraid that they were fucking shit up at night, and he's like, if I see anybody up here, I'll be very surprised. And you're wondering, like, okay, so what does that mean? He knows that they're there, or is he telling them, like, I better not see you guys out? I don't even know what he really meant when he said that.
It's not like he ever threatened them or anything like that, and he obviously didn't even know how to keep them contained or anything like that.
Yeah, he puts a fucking scuba helmet on top of a garbage can.
Right.
And they literally could not get it off. Like, it's just crazy.
Oh, that's great. Holy fuck.
The opening scene, two punk gang members are chasing a 14-year-old boy in an open daylight park. And it's so open that you can see somebody throwing a frisbee and a dog's catching it in the background. Like, they're not hiding the fact that they're chasing a boy to inflict harm on him. You get introduced to Juice, Tangerine, his girlfriend, Blythe, a gang member, and Wally. I guess their boyfriend and girlfriend. And so he's like, you can't beat Juice's lines, man. He's like,
dude,
gimme. I don't got any money. And the girl's like, if he ain't got money, he ain't got nothing. And it's like, God, you give up quick.
Okay, creep, gimme.
I don't have any money. If he ain't got money, he ain't got nothing.
You're running out of time, creep.
No, please.
Little baby gonna cry?
Here's the question I have with this scene. Okay, we're introducing Dodger, Tangerine, all these characters, Juice. What the fuck does Juice want with a 14-year-old's fucking chump chains? Why is he chasing down four people? 4 people are chasing down a 14-year-old. This makes no sense. To get his fucking milk money or some shit.
$2.
Yeah, exactly. But then later in the movie, you see Juice. He's like making a phone call, and it's kind of alluding that he's like a drug dealer or something.
Yeah, he's like, when the stuff gets over the border, get it to the warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
a drug dealer.
So it's like, wait a minute, why are you fucking around with this kid if you're dealing drugs across borders? I don't fucking understand. This shit is hilarious.
Do you really need that kind of heat?
Yeah. Yo, I need $5 for a sandwich. Hey, that kid over there, let's go fucking harass him and get his money. Jesus.
He's an all-around bad guy. That's the point they're making with him. That's it.
Exactly.
Nothing.
He's so bad he has nothing better to do on an afternoon than chase around a 14-year-old.
I'm telling you, you got to look at this movie through the eyes of an 8-year-old. If you're an 8-year-old and you see that, it's like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy. Of course he's going to chase this guy who's an adult to me, this 14-year-old, and take all of his money because he's bad.
You know what? I think that it's for 14 and 15-year-old kids at the time.
No way.
That's the demographic.
You are high off your ass. No fucking
10, 11,
way.
12, man.
Dude, 15 is way too old for this movie.
Yep. I actually know somebody. I was just talking to somebody today who said they were 15 when this stuff was out, and they were just half into it. They were like, yeah, they're cool, and they gave these like pity attempts to do stuff. Yeah, I collect them. I really wasn't into it, and it's just because once you're 15, it's right at that moment where the shit passes. And even when I was 15, I was not into it. I got back into it, years later when somebody.
Yeah, these are dick and fart jokes. That's all it is. Dick and fart jokes stop being funny around 15, and then they get funny again as you get an adult, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just a kid. I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's when you're grasping for that youth is when you find,
Yes, exactly.
Did anyone find it bizarre that the whole film was based around this 14-year-old trying to get this adult? I mean, she was living on her own. She's clearly, she's going to dance clubs to sell her clothing. She's clearly an adult. Yet the Garbage Pail Kids are helping this kid get his Mac on so he can gain the attention of this chick who is is so illegal. I mean, if she touches him, she's going to jail. I'm watching this like this is. I understand that 14-year-old boys would be all about Tangerine. I get that.
Oh yeah, I am today.
Realistically, that is not normal. I mean, it's not normal for that to be the whole point of the movie. It's
right.
We have to keep almost drilling it into your heads that this is a children's movie. You're watching a 14-year-old hook up with an adult chick, and think about it like this: she's with Juice. That is the level she's at, and this kid who's a foot shorter and all this shit trying to hook up with her, and these guys trying to help him do it reluctantly through the most bizarre method ever, and we'll get to that.
Do you know what's so funny about Mackenzie Astin in this movie? His character, to me, it's the exact same role he played on The Facts of Life. Exactly. He was dressed the same. He acted the same. He flirted with older chicks that were out of reach. It was 100%. I think that he was filming it at this time, doing one in the morning and doing one at night.
Well, yeah, he pretty much was. Like, this is when he was at his height. And, so yeah, and it is exactly the same character. He is so one-dimensional at this point.
It's crazy. And in real life, they're only a year apart in age.
Yep.
Fucking, yeah. Wow.
Want to hear something crazier? In the interview I did with Mackenzie Astin, they were dating when this movie started.
Yes! What? Good for him.
That's how she got the job. He recommended her. Could you imagine? He was fucking Tangerine in real life.
Wow.
Dude. Yeah, he had to climb that mountain. Holy shit.
Now, Tangerine, looking at her now, when I was a kid, I would have thought she was hot, and I could understand that now to this day. And that's what separates her from, that 80s style. It isn't just that, but, some girls you have nostalgia for, it isn't really the case. She actually is pretty. Because, you guys, Alex, you remember Wendy Richter, right? The women's wrestler? No?
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought she was hot, right? Now, years later, when I go back and watch it, not in the fucking slightest.
Nothing, yeah.
No, and see, that was nostalgia on the 80s style. She was kind of dressed that way like this chick was.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, she actually is pretty.
Yeah, well, she's a Spanish chick. She's actually insanely successful in Spanish television. So she's obviously my liking. So here's where it gets really weird. Matt is wondering why Juice is so interested in harassing this 14-year-old. He takes it to levels that are fucking insane, and this is right off the bat. Tangerine Dodger lures her in with some shit. She leaves her friends, goes into Captain Manzini's shop. He's saying, hey, I got a lot of shit for you to make your clothes, for your designs. He gives her beads and shit. She finally finds a pin that she likes. She goes, how much is this random pin that looks like nothing? And he just closes her hand. He touches her hand to close it and saying, it's yours. You don't have to pay for anything. My boss will be pissed, but he makes $2 a day, but I'll make it even worse by giving this away to you. So he gives her the pin, and then Juice comes in and goes, you touch my woman, creep. Juice, what was he doing? the whole time. He was just like, what the fuck? As soon as he touched her, he walked in. You touched my woman, creep.
You touched my woman, creep.
No. It was just... Baby, come on. He's just a kid. He's about 12 years old. I'm 14. I'm almost 15.
He's not worth the time it'll take to beat him up. Forget him. Come on. Let's go have some fun.
Wish I could help you, baby. But the little creep's gotta be taught a lesson. It's a matter of principle.
Oh, yeah? I think it's just a matter of you liking to see people bleed.
And she's like, oh, Juice, don't do anything. He's like, sorry, I wish I could help you, baby, but it's a matter of principle. And then she's like, oh, yeah? I just think you like to see people beat up. And it's like, oh, shit, he's going to be pissed. He just stands there staring at her. Then they have this whole fight, and Dodger, to beat this gang of bullies, he starts dribbling a basketball.
Oh my
Ridiculous.
God, this fucking scene is fucking so stupid. He's in like a 5-foot radius, and he's maneuvering, around these two fucking assholes, and yeah, the dribbling a basketball to get away to distract this fucking asshole. This shit is fucking hilarious.
Spinning it on his finger.
It's so bad, it's good.
And I love the guy was thrown off. He didn't know what to do.
Oh my God, he's got a basketball. Juice, what do I do? Juice,
1, 2.
what am I supposed to do? Yeah, you didn't say anything about basketball. What the fuck?
And then there's the skateboard gimmick.
Yeah.
Where he
God.
slides a skateboard at him and the asshole falls on his ass. I mean, clearly, again, kids. This is kids' humor.
They're making like this is totally normal, and there's nothing cartoonish. Let's just keep going. Let's try. And then Juice points to him. The guy gets up and goes after him again, or some shit. The girl kicks him. He looks up and down her leg and is like, And then Tangerine laughs and shit. It's just like crazy. So Juice goes to punch Dodger, and he ends up punching a foot taller than Dodger is, and punches his own guy in the face. But eventually, they get Dodger. They take him outside. She goes, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "I'm gonna send the scuzzball on a little journey." And then they lift a fucking manhole.
The unattractive chick lifts the manhole.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How about the clothes? How about those great clothes?
As pretty as Tangerine was, other one was not.
Yeah, she's not.
Oh God, she was. I would rather fuck the other guy, her boyfriend, I think, than that chick. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Ugh.
she's a beast.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna send the scuzzball on a little journey.
Oh, come on, Juicy baby, no. Let's go play.
See you later, creep.
Yeah.
And they stuff him head first. Now, this is all for touching Tangerine's hand. Stuff him into a sewer, kick him down. He's
Almost
knocked.
kill him.
Yeah, strap him. Juice takes Tangerine's belt, straps him to pipes, and turns on the shit. No, he couldn't do it. They have to get the Beast Woman to turn the fucking...
Right.
Fucking China.
That's what she is. She's China.
Right?
Pretty much.
That's where China got her gimmick, man. They turn a shit pipe on, and it just spews shit on the kid, and they just leave him for dead.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out, though, is when you're in the sewer, if you pay attention to the back wall of the sewer, they have these arrows pointing, and it's like, City Zoo, and one of them, and I thought it was really clever and really funny, is that one of them said, primetime television, like to the left. So basically, they're saying that primetime TV is in the sewer, and
How about
I thought
the one
that was
that
kind of
says
funny.
the one that says toxic waste? Did that not make you think of
Jason Takes
Part 8?
Manhattan?
Yes. Yes, it really does exist in
going to
the
be a
sewers.
kid. Oh wait, he already is a kid. He's going to be.
Yeah, maybe he woke up and he was Dodger.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Jason becomes Dodger. Mind blown.
Holy fuck.
And off we go.
What else is funny too is that if they're saying primetime TV was in the shitter back then,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean they didn't know anything.
Amen. Yeah. Now, do you guys think the intent of this movie was to be so bad it's good? Or do you think that when they're doing this basketball scene, for example, and this You don't think it's occurring to them that none of this is making sense, and that
they're making
people are going to be
children's
second guessing?
They were making a kids movie straight up. They just didn't have all the shortcomings of this comes from not having any money. The Garbage Pail Kids, as hilarious as they look fucking terrible. All the acting, and sets and there's no sense to the plot and stuff like that. There's no budget to it all. They were just making a kids movie. I don't think they thought they were making a bad movie on purpose. I don't think so.
No, I think that if you look at it, like all of the humor and everything it fits within what a kids movie would be, at least back then. I honestly don't think they could make a kids movie like that now.
No way.
But back then that was kids movie.
I'll even say 13 years old. I said 15 before. I can see where I'm wrong. I wouldn't really say 10. I guess I'm thinking of my daughter being 8 and thinking in 2 years I don't think that she would. I don't know. Either way, I'm saying 13 just because of that. That's their demographic. But honestly, that's in my opinion. But now the revenue it should be getting, well, not a revenue, but the attention it should be getting should be from fucking adults that want to catch a buzz
Definitely.
and watch something that's so bad it's good. They want to watch
things were different when we were kids, though. A lot more was acceptable when we were kids, and a lot more. I mean, it's just like say for instance, like Monster Squad. In Monster Squad, which I saw as a kid and loved as a kid and all of that. When I watched it most recently to we were doing a show on kid-friendly horror films. I mean, Dracula calls the little 5-year-old girl a bitch.
Yeah, right.
In that movie. And I don't know if parents would be okay with that now. I mean, like back when we were kids it didn't matter, but I don't know, would they be okay with that? Some grown man like, you little bitch, it's like that's kind of harsh.
Not in a movie that's trying to make money, no.
I guess that's true.
Independent shit, sure, but not this type of thing. During this fight with the basketball we're talking about, the garbage can actually falls off a shelf. The guy pushes Juice out of the way, and they get up, throw Dodger in the sewer. And when the garbage can falls over, none of these kids fall out of it or anything. I mean, nobody looks in it. Nothing happens. Just green slime comes out. And yet we're to believe that somehow 7 of those things are in this and are hiding. Or maybe it's like another dimension, like when they go in it.
It's like Mary Poppins' bag.
Yeah, when they go in it, it's like a dimension. Like when Roger Cobb smashed his medicine mirror and there was like a whole world behind it. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what that was. I have no clue. So Dodger takes the blame for some reason, saying he's the reason they're out, blah, blah. I don't know why he just didn't tell the truth.
That bothers me. I don't like that he gets the blame for that because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, he goes, you don't understand. He goes, I wouldn't, or something, and that's it.
That's his punishment for giving that thing away to that girl. He's costing that guy money.
Yeah. Yeah. The kids, the Garbage Pail Kids, they meet Dodger. They all have introductions. Fucking Greaser Greg pulls a knife on him or something right away. I don't even know.
Nat pees himself, of course, for the first time of I don't know, 8 times.
Yeah, so Nat Nerd, I mean, him peeing himself, man. I don't think I ever thought that was cool.
No, it's stupid in the beginning, and it's stupid throughout the film. It happens constantly.
I could have done without it.
Yeah, it's actually gross. Every other joke in the movie, I'm fine with. The farting, the fucking, the puking. Snot.
I don't like
everything,
the snots, but whatever.
For some reason, the urine, I'm just like, nah, it's just, when you see it for real, it's like, no, it just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. It's just weird. These kids somehow know everything about Dodger and they know who Tangerine is. I don't even know how. And they know he's trying to get her and stuff like that. So one day he just comes downstairs and he's like, they're like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm just bummed out. You thinking about that girl, Kumquat? And they're like,
yeah, Kumquat.
And they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, no, her name's Tangerine. And then this and that. And so he's like, we're gonna help you get her. I'm glad Garbage Pail Kids, a kids movie, he's gonna get her, which usually means fuck her. So basically they make him this horrendous looking Michael Jackson glitter jacket.
Which I wouldn't have thought was cool even back then.
No way.
It's still not the worst outfit that Dodger wears in this movie, but go ahead. We'll come back to that later.
And it's funny, like, a lot of these things, like, we say even then, whatever. Nat Nerd, his pissing wasn't funny when I was 8, 18, 28, or 34. There's no time that's cool.
Nope.
And the same with this jacket. I don't know when this would be cool. So Dodger goes down into Tangerine's own place that she has. At 14 years old, or 16, whatever she was, she lived alone. But guys, am I the only one? Did Tangerine not come off? Didn't she seem like she was 24?
Why 24? That's very specific. I'm just curious.
I'm just going 10 years over what she is.
Oh, I see.
I would
say like 20 or,
Yeah, I would have said 20, 21 is how old Juice and Tangerine,
right,
and that whole gang is, yeah.
Yeah, Juice was 22, and Tangerine was 16 or something like that. So that was incredible.
I would have thought she was older than that for sure. There was actually something that she said in the film that made me think she was like 19, but I don't remember now what that was.
I don't know, it's just weird. Everything about this is weird. Like a 16-year-old girl and Juice is making out with her, and he's like 22.
Well, a creep like Juice, that's right up his alley. I mean, he's stealing, milk money from 14-year-olds. He's going to make out with a 16/18-year-old. Makes sense for Juice.
Right.
She looks totally fuckable. I would have fucked her, so she has to be 18.
Well, see, yeah, that's why I arrived at.
That's how you gauge age.
Yeah, exactly. Would I fuck her? Yes.
What about that crotch shot, man, when she's on the couch and she crosses her legs?
Dude, what about when she touches her boob and they do an extreme close-up on it, just so you
cross
get
my heart.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Like, dude, if you're not jerking off to that, I don't know what you will.
And they shot this. This is not right. It's just
no,
crazy.
It's not right at all. Yeah.
Like the funniest thing is, he goes to her basement and says, she's like, well, where'd you get this? He's like, I made it. She's like, what? Yeah, I made it. As he's saying that, she pulls it like open. There's a fucking big gigantic tag inside the thing. And clearly, no, you bought this, bro. I don't think you're sewing your own how to wash this shit into your clothes, right? It's just crazy, dude. Like,
cold only. Delicate cycle.
Right away, he goes from just showing her that he has a jacket to being obligated to make more to sell them instantly.
Hi, Tangerine. Wow. Where did you get those clothes? That is some coat. I made it. What? I made it. You made this? Would you like it? It's not bad. Have you got any more? Oh, some. Why? Well, I was just thinking maybe I could sell them for you. Along with mine. I mean, I could try. That jacket makes you look, older. I'm much older. Oh, at least 16. Maybe 17. So, how many outfits could you have for me by, say, Friday night? Outfits? Oh, I want at least a dozen. And of course, I can't promise you that I can sell them. A dozen? Well, obviously, you're an amateur. Well, look, I could try. You could try. Well, why don't you go try right now? Now? Look, obviously you're not serious.
Oh, I am. I'm real serious. I'll go to work right now. When can I see you again?
Friday night. That is, if, of course, you have enough stuff to make it worth my while to try to help you.
I'm on my way.
And he has to have them done by this coming Friday for some bizarre reason.
She puts him on the fucking spot. Yeah, I need 10 by Friday. I'm like, what? Or a dozen?
Obviously, you're an amateur. No, I can do it.
Hey. This is like a bad sitcom kind of plot. It's like, oh yeah, I make these. Well, I need 50 up by tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. You know, and then, you know, funny shit
Calling
ensues.
the friends assembly line.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice jacket. I need 20.
That line cracks me up anyway. Obviously, you're an amateur. He's fucking 14. He's an amateur everything.
It's classic, dude.
Oh, that's great, man.
Oh,
That's great. And she has no regard for him. Basically, she just wants to fucking get ahead in life as soon as she can. She's right on him, you know? Boom. I'm putting.
And that's how you're going to do it. You're going to sell clothes to strippers at or whoever the fuck they were.
Yes.
With the horrible music.
How?
Did you hear the music in the club? The club was like, I am a big, big man in this world. Like, what the fuck is playing in this club? Like, holy shit.
Here I stand, just one man, so small in the universe. But here on earth, I'm a big, big man. Don't force my hand. Don't try to take my leg. I may be small in the universe, but here on earth, I'm a big, big man. Here where we live by the law of the land, but don't take advice from the company man.
So it's just
so
like
80s. So 80s.
Oh, it's so 80s, man.
But this all leads to, I think, one of the major themes of the movie, and that is childhood slavery. Like, what the fuck? Like, get in that sweatshop and make me some goddamn clothes. Like, what the fuck? These garbage pail kids were just, somehow able to fucking do this shit.
Do they, when you look at close-ups of their hands, do they look like sewing hands to you?
What are you going to do with those pickle fingers? Come on. Nothing.
Yeah, clearly, these guys have talented hands. Yeah, sure. They look like dry, rotted rubber, and we're supposed to believe that these are skilled hands. Okay. Yeah.
If you watch them, they look like Muppets when they're patting things down. Like they can't actually hold anything. They're just like pat, 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 pat. Oh, and then your sweatshop thing. They actually go to the sweatshop to get the sewing machines, just to borrow the sewing machines so they can make the clothes.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
They do there's a children's movie, and the main characters are doing a B&E into a sweatshop, stealing stuff to do this work, which they are not getting paid for, living in a basement. Like, just put all this together. Like, what the fuck are we watching? And as they're doing it, they're singing a song about working together.
Why should we do something nice? Let's quit now, that's my advice. We can't do anything by working with each other. I ain't gonna work for free. Tell me what's in this for me. Take a shot, show them what we really got. We can do anything by working with each other. La 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 la. Can't stop now, we got a job to do, and we are me and you.
We can do anything by working with each other. Working with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like, the elements here are fucked. Like, there's nothing normal about this. And then, like, so once that happens, you know, they make a few clothes, she sells them, she takes her fucking shirt off to sell it to a girl, she sells the shirt off her back, and you see this 14-year-old or 15-year-old, whatever, in a bra, in a children's movie.
Yeah.
I came so hard during that part.
He's sporting wood. That's why he can't stand up, right?
Fuck yeah, he is. I mean,
implication.
At 14, yeah, he's walking around with a constant erection. He's like, can I stick this in something? Is that something I can fuck? Is that something I can fuck? Just skin-on-skin contact anywhere, and I'm going to ejaculate, essentially.
It's perfect, man. He's a
Right.
13-year-old boy all the way.
You touch my woman, creep, and probably are going to jerk off to this in about an hour.
Yeah, Bessie Tiss is going to be like, what's all that? What's all the goo?
What's all that goo that's on your face?
It didn't come from me.
Exactly. It's just crazy. Juice comes around, steals this fucking broad's money, laughs about it with his friends, and he says, get in. And they get in their car, drive away, and Dodger hides himself in a fucking duffel bag. He crawls out of it. And then the B plot starts. We begin to find out that the Garbage Pail Kids have a bunch of other Garbage Pail Kids living on Earth, and they want to find their friends. That's somehow their biggest goal in life, is to find their other friends. So they get bored. They're like, well, what the fuck are we going to do? They get a TV. The thing doesn't work. And they're hiding it from Dodger. I don't know why. I mean, they found a TV, and it would be the end of the world if Dodger finds out that they're going to watch TV. I guess that's not in the contract for the fucking sweatshop slavery thing he has going. I don't know. So they make the biggest deal out of that. And then they gotta, they want to go out. So they go, and I guess they feel like having a bum's campfire type scene where they just sit around on crates.
Who doesn't want that? Yeah.
And during that time, they commit grand theft auto of a gigantic Pepsi truck. And I know they're thrilled to be in this movie.
Yeah,
Just so
product
they can get a
placement. There you go.
six-pack, which is basically, they crawl out of the cab with a six-pack of Pepsi, and it's like, we stole the whole truck so we can have this.
For a six-pack. And in doing so, they do a hit and run also.
Oh, smash
do a
it!
squish.
It's not a hit and run.
Oh.
My god, this is a fucking Bigfoot running over a fucking car kind of thing. Holy shit.
It's a monster truck mashing. Holy
Yeah.
a mauling.
They run over Juice's van, which is about 8 feet high, with a Pepsi truck. Normally, in real life, a truck would just smash into the side of it. No. In this movie, Juice jumps out of his car with 3 seconds to think about this, jumps out of the passenger side, saving his life, and they run over his van, leaving it smashed flat, and Juice thinks nothing of it, hits the back, goes, "What'd you do to my car?" That's like, I'd be saying, how the fuck did you do that?
Manure! I hate manure! Seriously, isn't Captain Manzini and Dodger's relationship just like Doc Brown and fucking Marty McFly? Does anybody else see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very.
Some-
That's also very classic '80s too. You know, you've got this kid who inexplicably has no parents, has no home, hangs out all the time. Although Marty had a home, but this happened all the time. You have this kid who has no home apparently because he is always hanging out with this guy who runs this weird place. And that's just
with an old weirdo.
That's like movie trope, 7B.
Yep.
And did you guys do that when you were that age? Did you hang out with weird guys who owned strange
Oh
businesses?
yeah. I got fucked by old men all the time. Yeah, definitely.
Was it the bicycle shop guy?
Thank you.
Okay, one thing I do want to say about this movie that I really like is that you know how there's that frequently in movies you've got the thing where the hot girl is with the asshole guy and the good guy comes along and then you find out that the hot girl really has a heart of gold and then she ends up like going over to the good guy, like say Revenge of the Nerds kind of thing. And so in the beginning, like you kind of feel like this could be going that way, even though it's severely inappropriate. It is so.
Yeah, it just wouldn't. Just the height alone makes it not work.
Yeah.
Your adult mind is going, this could never happen. Don't let this happen. But it looks like it might be going that way. Then we find out that in fact it does not go that way, and just the way that these things typically end, this one does not. It takes a whole left turn, and by the end of the movie, Dodger has pretty much had it with her when he finds out what she's really like. And I really appreciate that about this film. I appreciate the fact that they looked like they were going in a cookie cutter direction, but they didn't. They just said, no, we're not going to give it that ending. We're not going to give you the ending that you're expecting for this to be like. I mean, did anybody else see it going that way? And
No, I never thought of that.
It kept me going. It kept me in. It was actually a good plot to the movie. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna turn or she's gonna turn by the end of the movie. Even though, you know, what could happen. Obviously, I don't want them to fuck, but I want her to like him and him, you know, to have that ending. I'm thinking, I wonder if it's gonna happen. And then they actually kept me more invested in it than I thought. But then when it ended that way, that was great. He's like, I don't find you pretty anymore. That's fucking. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I really respected it for that, you know, because it actually did do something original.
Yeah, I always wanted to say that to a girl, like have this big dramatic ending to a relationship and go, I just don't think you're pretty anymore. Like, I always wanted to do that, and it never actually happened. And now I'm engaged, so sure as shit can't happen. If I tell my fiance she's not pretty anymore, I'm fucked. I won't get another blowjob till Christmas.
I think a guy would never do that to a chick because there's always a chance that you might be able to fuck her again. And so you never want to fucking burn that bridge. It's like, well, I might be able to fuck her one more time, so I'm not going to do that.
But if she thinks that I think she's not pretty, that will never happen.
Right.
Yeah. Never say that to any woman. For more reasons than one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So, you know, as they're bored, they rob shit, this and that we talked about. They also break into a movie theater. They go into the rear. You know, that's like a classic move. I might have even watched this movie this way. But the amazing thing is, again, bringing up this is a children's movie, they steal people's hot dogs and popcorn at knife point. Like, literally. Greaser Greg steals popcorn from a guy and he goes, hey, and he goes to punch him and he pulls a knife out and he goes, chill out, dude. At knife point, what the fuck are you? What? You know, would you ever see a Care Bear do that?
He's a greaser. I mean, what can you do? That's what greasers do. You know, we saw Friday the 13th Part 5. That's what greasers do.
No, rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tooey.
Rat-a-tat-a-tooey.
Then they end up in the toughest bar in the world, or the roughest bar in the world. What is it?
The toughest bar in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we hang him.
Remind anyone else of the Blue Oyster in Police Academy, because that's what I get.
Yes, the Blue Oyster. They're from Mahoney Bros.
And then, of course, all these tough people in the bar end up loving these little dudes because they're rough.
Yeah, because why? I don't know. Like, alligator bites this fucking guy's foot in the middle of a beer. They all go chasing him. Let's turn him into alligator shoes. Then Windy Winston somehow drives through a window 5 feet off the ground. How does he even get up there?
Great.
Why? The big question is, why is this this big tough motorcycle guy wearing fucking sandals?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can't ride a bike on sandals. I know that.
What the hell is that?
The only guy in the bunch. Yeah, that's right.
I guess what? It's the toughest bar in the world. He can wear whatever the fuck he wants. He can wear glitter and sequins if he wants to.
Yeah, and I love the guy they throw out when they get there. He's like, and stay out! And that guy who threw him out didn't even look tough. He looked like he was like a 45-year-old loser who just put on leathers and shit and just said, okay, I'm a biker now. Like a weekend warrior.
I think Alligator, I know Jamie said he didn't like him. He was by far my favorite character as far as...
Oh, he was so annoying to me.
Really?
Oh, he was annoying.
Oh, I liked him. I don't know. Yeah, everyone else seemed like they did annoying things, but he
It was
did.
just the same jokes over and over and over again.
Well,
Always wanting to eat the toes. Always wanting to eat the... And what is this? Alligators have a thing about toes? Where did that even come from? That's not normal.
Yeah.
The toe thing is weird. Yeah, I'll give you that.
The amazing thing is when he opened up his lunch pail, there wasn't even any toes in there. It was just eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
And fingers.
Yeah, and fingers. Right. Fingers. He goes, how about a finger? Like, where the fuck are your toes, bro? You've been yapping about that shit. Like, are they so good you ate all those that were in there? Or, like, how the fuck do you have eyeballs and fucking human fingers? Where did you get them from?
Outer space.
Yeah.
Everything is from outer space. You
They're
know,
the time bandits, man. That's who they are. They're midgets. I'm telling you.
So now this movie, you know, it's funny, man. It tries to convey ethical values, and I think they're just lost. Do you think anybody watching this really got that? What the beauty is on the insides, and are the cards even about that? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what does this have to do with Garbage Pail Kids? Like, do they convey? Those cards are badass. They're everything that everybody shouldn't be doing, and yet we're supposed to believe that those cards are here to teach us that although you're gross and outrageous, you're still beautiful inside.
No, but they're still bastards. They're mean to everybody except fucking the kid. You know, right? And the bikers, the partiers, but they go along in the same category, I guess.
And Tangerine is beautiful, and she's ugly on the inside.
Yep.
It is a movie. They got to kind of have a message regardless of what, you know. It's aimed at kids. There has to be some kind of message. This is it. You know, the Garbage Pail Kids are ugly on the outside, but hey, aren't we all different and crazy? But we're, you know, as long as you're beautiful on the inside, you know, that's the message they're trying to get out. I get that.
Yeah, but which one of these Garbage Pail Kids are beautiful? The one on the inside, the one that's pulling a knife on you,
right.
The one that's robbing your truck, the one that's running over your car, the one that's
true. Yeah.
Yeah, they're bastards. They are.
Right. They're all assholes.
Yeah.
But they all work together, you know,
when they're breaking and entering.
But they're all like a family. I don't know how they're related, but somehow they're all together. And I guess that's what it is. They're bond together because, I mean, they're not like blood related, right? They're not brother and sister or anything like that. One's an alligator.
Right. And two are black.
Yeah, but they have some kind of bond together, so they're family, and yeah, I don't know. Fuck, who knows?
Isn't it weird how the two are black, but they don't really have the black voice that the alligator has? It's kind of reverse dynamic.
Yeah, they make a random alligator black. Like, why?
Yeah, why?
How do you decide that? How do you look at him and go, you know what? I think a black man's voice coming out of this would be perfect.
That's why this movie's the tits, I'll tell you.
The fucking blonde hair.
Oh, it's funny.
There is an institution of some kind.
Yes! This is my favorite part of the fucking movie.
It is good stuff.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's basically a prison, but instead of putting people behind the bars, they're in like fucking chicken cages or some shit.
Rat cages for real. This shit is hilarious. And everything is labeled like it's fucking the Batman TV show. You know what I mean? It's like, this guy is what? This guy's bald, so he's too bald. Everything is too something. It's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
So this is called the State Home for the Ugly.
State home for the ugly. Everyone write that down, okay? That is just an insane thing, okay?
In a children's movie, they're supposed to make children believe that this actually exists, that there is a home. If you're too old, too bald, too weird, too silly, because, you know, there's somebody differentiated which cage you should go in between those two. Too fat.
Very insulting.
Yeah, if you're too fat, you're going to get locked up in your own cage. If you're too skinny, so you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. If you're too gross, too hairy, too pale, so make sure you get some sun. And if you're crippled...
It's offensive.
Too crippled.
Offensive.
Oh my god! How offensive is this?
Oh, striking.
Somebody get the CCLA up in here. This shit is fucking offensive.
Strike
Holy
and ban.
shit!
I was cracking the fuck up when I saw that.
And how about it's a children's movie, and if you're too fat, guess who was too fat, kids?
Santa Claus! Incredible!
Holy shit, man.
Oh, it's great.
And to top it off, as if that was not enough to repulse you, after they capture you, there's two guys who run around in, like, you know, the old dog catchers that don't exist anymore, I guess.
Yeah, from the cartoons too. You know?
Yeah, from cartoons and shit.
Totally.
Like, I have never seen one, and I grew up in the 80s. Dog catchers basically drive around in a paddy wagon of some type, and if you are any two of any of these things, they will capture you, lock you up, and the end result is they throw you into a garbage compactor and crush you and kill you.
What the fuck, dude?
Damn.
That's crazy. How is this licensed by the government, the state government, the national government? How? I don't get how this fucking works.
Who's the president at this time?
They're right out in the open. They're not like a hidden organization like Hostel.
No.
Something. They're right out there for everyone to see. Big signs, home for the young.
Dude, they're right next to the fucking fire station. It's like no big deal.
They're not hiding at all. And nobody cares.
And even when their kids are going in there, when they're getting marched into their cage, they're like, I'm going to get the authorities. And it's like, so somebody did bring up the idea that, is this allowed? But yeah, it's allowed. Believe it or not.
Somebody questioned it. Oh, that's so funny, man. So much fun.
And the thing is, the Garbage Pail Kids always assumed that their friends were already in there. And that's what they needed to find. The whole thing was, can you find the Stay Home for the Ugly? If you do, we'll keep making your bullshit clothes. Ba ba ba. The kids are up to hijinks, and like Matt, we talked about the sewer, and everything's labeled. Apparently, if you turn knobs on sewer pipes, a gushing stream of water will fly out of a toilet bowl and send a person who's sitting on it straight up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
For an 8-year-old, that seems logical. Yeah. For someone who doesn't know how the sewer works, seems normal. Yep.
Yeah, and apparently they made a whole pipe in the sewer for a hot tub.
Oh yeah, right.
They turned that, and the water shit backtracks into a hot tub. Meanwhile, why would shit be in hot tub pipes?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Like, it didn't say toilet,
Right.
let's change pipes.
It's just cartoon mentality. It's just fucking, you gotta go with it. Yeah. But that's what makes it fun. It's just, there's a lot of shit going on in this movie. A lot of fucked up shit. But that's funny.
And as we come to a close in the third act, basically, Tangerine, so they're making these clothes, selling them. All of a sudden, they're down in the basement. Tangerine insults the Garbage Pail Kids a few more times, comes up, and just has this epiphany out of nowhere. She just goes, McBundy's department store is going to give us a fashion show. And I would say, and you have a crystal ball in front of you? Or
Right.
How do you know this?
She even has a logo, a fucking Tangerine logo. Before anything's come out, right?
Dude, we should replace the tangerine and put a banana there and have the fucking banana laser.
Brilliant.
Nice.
So yeah, she has this epiphany, and Dodger's like, "Wow, that's great." So I don't know. And how are we gonna do this? You got to get these assholes to sew more clothes. So guys, okay, let's just get to the nitty gritty here. You got a Garbage Pail Kid movie. You could have expected anything, honestly. I mean, they could have just went through a bunch of them and they all did their thing that are on the cards in certain situations, then went to the next group and they all did their things. I don't know what the fuck you would do. But what do you guys think of, we're making a Garbage Pail Kid movie, what should we do with these guys? Let's have them sew clothes.
It's mind-boggling how they came to this kind of plot. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, and that's like the major part of the movie is them making clothes for Dodger, who's giving them to Tangerine because he wants to bang her and stuff like that. It's fucking insane. I don't get this at all. How do they even know how to do this shit? If they're Garbage Pail Kids, they're kids. Kids wouldn't know how to do this stuff. Kids would know how to, maybe at best steal a truck, but make clothes, like that's fucking a trade that you learn. How did they know this shit?
They're
it's
time
crazy.
travelers. I told you.
They're time
travelers.
They're constantly kids. They never age.
Just like the guy. I bet that guy is like centuries old too. It's totally the same thing because he talks about old school
Captain
things.
Manzini.
Captain Manzini's centuries old.
Dude,
it's like a Twilight
I have
episode.
so many questions about Captain Manzini.
All right, go ahead. What?
Well, what is this deal? I mean, So he believes in black magic, and he practices black magic, and he runs a shop. Okay, got it. What does this shop sell? Stuff? Just
Shit.
trash?
Antiques.
Yeah, okay. Antiques. He runs an antique shop. Okay, got it. So he's into black magic. Why? I don't understand where any of this comes from. He has this friend named Dodger. I don't get any of this. How any of this connects? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Dodger works for him.
Right.
He has a job. It's
After school job.
Oh, he
That's how they
works
met.
there?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't get that. Okay.
Yeah, they established it in the first 15
Oh,
minutes.
there you
of
go.
the movie.
I was sleeping during
Yeah,
that.
he goes, how long have you worked for me? He goes, a couple months. And he goes, have I ever forbidden you to touch any of my objects?
Yes.
Especially
Yes.
my cock? I never forbid you to touch my cock,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
While
Okay,
the credits are still rolling, by the way, they're having this conversation.
Dude, 10 minutes in, the credits
Yes.
are still coming up on the screen.
Imagine that many people were involved with this.
Oh,
It was so
they just
slow.
really took their time with
Yeah.
putting it. Let's wait on putting the director up there until a pivotal moment in the movie.
Yeah, when he's dusting off a teddy bear.
How about this? How about they have to put clothes on to go out because they're going to be in disguise? Like, them changing outfits is going to change their fucking appearance. How ridiculous they look.
Fucking Ninja Turtles here. They put on the trench coats and the fucking hats. And nobody, even if you had those heads, even if I, at 5'9", if I had a head that size or that shape, people would stop in their fucking, I would stop traffic with a head like that. And to think that, no, they're cool if you see 7 3-foot tall people, I guess, walking around with heads as big as watermelons in trench coats, and they're all dressed exactly the same, you would think nothing of this.
Hey, it worked in E.T. when they had to go out on Halloween, and they just threw a sheet on them. So, and kids love that movie. Let's just kind of do it here. It's fine.
You're right. E.T. did pass his Gertie for a few hours to her own mother.
Yep.
Like her own mother wouldn't have realized it wasn't her exact height, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
awesome.
insane. Yeah, you know.
Trip, man, it's a trip.
Yeah, and did you guys notice the John Carl Buechler painting in the background on the brick wall when they go up and down the stairs to the basement? And they have a ghoulie is on his shoulder or something.
Really?
That picture was in the movie Troll, I think. That same
What?
exact painting, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
So-
shit.
This totally was supposed to be horror, and they just didn't do it.
I'm glad
Glad
they
you
didn't
did.
make
Yeah.
it, you know? It wouldn't have worked.
Oh, a horror?
It would have bombed in the worst way. I mean, this is a bomb, but I get joy out of it. If it was a horror movie, it just would have been abysmal, I think.
Yeah? It might have
Yeah.
been a cult classic, man.
It should be a cult classic as it stands. Matter of fact, I hope people hear the show and
Get into this.
It takes off and more people start watching it because it deserves to be a cult classic. That's exactly what this movie is to me.
It's funny and weird and awkward and all that, but imagine if they were evil and actually causing harm to people, and more so, and stuff like that. Wouldn't you like it better if they were like killing people and stuff like that?
So what? You want to have fucking 7 Chuckies running around? It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, right? Yeah, what are they going to do? Fart in their face till they die?
Imagine Chucky
Yeah.
times 7, you know?
Yeah. You're right. Messy Tessie covers them in fucking snot. They can't breathe or whatever. Valerie Vomit throws up on them until they
mouth.
can't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They do that anyway in this movie, and it works for
Yeah,
them.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Believe me, I wish they could pull it off as horror. Obviously. I'm a horror fan, but I just don't think
Remake!
No, there you go.
Yeah. So, basically, they say they think they're going to the fashion show, and they say, oh, we'll go as clowns. They think if they dress up as in clown costumes, that will pass as okay. Yeah, so instead of doing that, Tangerine convinces Dodger to, no, let's just lock them in the basement, and they're not going to go anywhere. We'll give them fucking pizza later, and they'll shut the fuck up.
Pizza. Like they're Ninja Turtles.
Right. Yeah.
That's great.
So they lock them in the basement, and then they just start playing cards and shit. Dodger goes, this and that. And then we find out that Tangerine somehow, even though Dodger was with her for the majority of the time, she gives Juice the key to the basement. And then they go and kidnap 8 freaks, or 7 freaks. And
which apparently is really easy. They do it. It's never really shown how they do it, but yeah.
He's like, and they just walk up. Greaser Greg walks upstairs. Hey, and they all panic. And then that's
hey, walk into this giant bag I have, and I'm going to take you to the candy store or something.
Yeah, and I didn't see these guys have 8 bags on them either, or 7 bags on them either. By the way, so.
Fuck, Greaser has a knife. He should have we should have got a scene out of that,
Yeah, cut it open. Yeah, right.
Yeah, something.
Get out of the bag. So Juice basically turns them into the stay home for the ugly for a couple $100 or whatever. So they find out that they killed all their friends. That's what we find out. And then Juice goes to the fashion show. And then Dodger finds out that Tangerine turned on him and gave the kids up to Juice. And they're in the stay home for the ugly. And then Juice, here's the amazing part of Juice. He's standing there. And once Dodger finds out that they went to the stay home for the ugly, he takes a swing at Juice. And this guy does not budge a centimeter. He stands perfectly still, doesn't blink, does nothing to Dodger's punch as if he is the most irrelevant piece of shit in the world. Wally catches the punch. They take him. He says, lose him. They throw him in a dumpster. He gets out of the dumpster a second later.
Oh, yeah, right? That was useful. Let's derail him for 30 seconds, That's our plan.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Like, nothing happens to him. So, here's the thing, though. What do you guys think? What was Tangerine's motivation? Don't they need to keep sewing? Wouldn't it be in her interest to keep these guys safe? Like, how did she think this would play out?
Yeah.
Wow, right? I didn't think about that, because she had to give Juice the key, right? Mm-hmm. Because she locked him up. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, what a dumb bitch. Huh, I didn't even think about that.
Was she thinking that she was gonna, did it matter what happened once she got famous? She was gonna get famous off this one fucking,
batch of clothes.
Yeah.
And then she could get actual children to sew her clothes for her. Instead of these weird alien kids. Okay.
Yeah, but clearly Garbage Pail Kids have such amazing fashion sense that you need them to create the new clothes.
Those hot dog hands and shit, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the campfire thing, like when he was like they're just sitting there talking about nothing. Hey, where's my hot dog? You ate it. No, I didn't. You ate the evidence. I can't prove it. My tummy aches. What did you eat? Everything.
Everything.
That'll do it all right. It's just the most inane conversations ever.
And the next scene, they all have fucking, ice packs on their heads. They're like, I'm hungover.
Yeah, do you have anything for a hangover?
Every one of them had a fucking ice pack, the same ice pack. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, what the fuck did the rest of them do that they need a hangover remedy?
Well, they were at the bar, so Allie was drunk. We know that. Alligator was drunk at the end. He was stumbling and shit. A drunk alligator.
Children's movie, and the main children characters are drinking with bikers. A biker. And getting drunk.
That's it, man. This is as much of a children's movie as Pee-wee's Big Adventure was when it came out.
Oh, please. That was way more of a children's movie.
Yes, but a 13-year-old could be into it, too. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying about this movie.
Right.
But I think this is targeted more towards 13-year-olds.
Dude, that movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and this one go hand in hand. I've watched them both. Oddly enough, believe it or not, I've probably watched Garbage Pail Kids more. Wow. I don't know how, but I probably did. And I watch both of those movies almost every year of my life, and I've Pee-wee's Blu-ray and all that shit. Yeah, like crazy. So it's funny that you said that. So Dodger goes back to the biker bar, asking the biker dudes for help. He knows they're in the stay home for the ugly. Got to break them out. The bikers get their Harleys. They pull the window apart with chains. The kids get out, and then they crash the fashion show. What do you guys think about that scene?
I actually laughed a lot at this scene, and I don't think it was because of the Garbage Pail Kids' jokes or anything like that. I just thought about filming on the set that day because it had pandemonium of everyone just running around and stuff like that. And I just imagined one single shot. Okay, we're filming this shot. Wendy Winston's going to fart or something like that. And everyone around them is running all over the place. And I just imagine like extras just running back and forth in front of the camera. You know, it's like, it's got to be pandemonium, but there's only 5 people here. Okay. So you guys just run back and forth constantly and just act crazy.
I was thinking the same thing. When I was watching them run back and forth, like I watched this about an hour before we started recording this, I was looking at the people in the background and imagining the filming of this. That's so weird that you said that.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That thought didn't even occur to me, but now that you brought it up.
I don't know why it popped in my head.
How about Juice? Why does Juice make fucking Tangerine do all that shit and then act like he's mad that fucking she's in collusion with him?
Yeah, he's like, he rips her necklace off and goes, "That's for
Yeah, she's putting him up to it. She's giving, pardon me, he's putting her up to it. She's bringing him money from the clothes that are being made by the kids. So it's a whole fucking scheme, a scam, whatever. What the fuck?
Yeah, he even says that. He goes, "It feels lousy." And she goes, "What?" He goes, "Abandoning my principles for money." And she goes, "Principles?" He goes, "Letting the little creep live." Like, he even acknowledges that this is all part of a plan. And he still is pissed at her. Juice has
hysterical, man. I don't know. That's the answer. It's another one. There's a dozen of them, man. You know? That's the beauty of this movie.
It's amazing. It's amazing. This movie is incredible. So now, if you had a picture, if you're writing this movie and you go, okay, so the kids are going to crash the fashion show, what would they do to get back at Tangerine for stealing their clothes and locking them away and what she's doing? How would they get back at her? What would you come up with? In this children's movie, we rip them off the models and expose them half naked.
That was crazy.
That's right.
With one swipe, the entire outfit of these models came off, and boing, there's a bikini underneath. Hello! Yeah. Oh my god, that show was funny.
So Valerie Vomit gets to do her famous vomit finally. She gets punched in the stomach, vomits all over Wally and Blythe. That was a pretty cool scene. I guess, right? You guys like that? It was good payoff, I guess, of her name, since you didn't see her throw up once in 90 minutes.
And she came correct.
Yeah, and then you get a classic Ralphie versus Scott Farkas scene where Juice and Dodger get into it, and they start fist fighting. With the help of the Garbage Pail Kids, Dodger gets the upper hand, punches the shit out of Juice. Captain Manzini stops him, just like Ralphie's mother in Christmas Story, and they pull him off, and he's crying about it.
Very good. Wow. Yeah, you're right. That is Christmas Story.
Yeah. How about the triumphant ending where Manzini finally has figured it out? I don't know what he's been doing this whole fucking movie. Just trying to figure out the fucking how to get these Garbage Pail Kids back in the pail. He's finally figured it out. He's going to play this song backwards. I actually kind of giggled at this part. When he's playing the song backwards and they're all like, "Oh man, well, I'm totally getting sucked in," and they just leave. And they ride off triumphantly on motorcycles. I'm surprised there wasn't like an ending like, you know that movie Mac and Me, which was like an E.T. ripoff?
Where they walk away from and their weird asses are sticking out.
Yeah, but there was like a something at the end that said "We'll be back," essentially in like a sequel. I'm surprised there wasn't anything like that in this movie. Like, don't worry, we got Garbage Pail Kids 2 already planned. It's written and everything. We'll be back next summer. And then it's like, wow.
Well, here's the cool thing about this show. Coming up are 2 interviews after this review. And I interview, it's as if you don't feel like you got your fill of Garbage Pail Kids in the last hour and a half. Or 2 hours, actually, with the intro. Wow, this is a fucking long-ass show.
Who would have thought that? I thought we'd be fucking an hour and out. Wow.
I interviewed Dodger and Juice.
Man, at the same time? Did they kick each other's ass?
No, they're still at it, and I couldn't get them in the same room together. Dodger called in, and Juice visited the dungeon. But so, yeah, it turns out there was a sequel planned if this movie did well, but because they pulled it with the commercials and stuff, they just said forget it.
No shit.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised. It was a success.
That's the Garbage Pail Kid movie, man. I mean, I'll tell you what. Oddly enough, the last watch I did with this movie, I loved it. You know, it's so weird, man. I really did, and I still acknowledge that it's probably technically. No, I know it's not technically good, but I don't give a fuck. It's all about what I think in my mind when I'm sitting there. So yeah, it could be nostalgia. It could be a lot of things. My overall love for GPK. I don't know. But to me, I rate this movie 5 out of 5. I love it. Dude, I have to love it, right? I mean, I've watched it 40, 50 times.
Wow.
Good God, that's crazy.
Wow.
How could I not love
That's
it?
like
right?
us with The Shining. Imagine that for GP.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Shining and Garbage Pail Kid, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Same caliber movie. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess, well, Matt will be the big... No, I want a positive ending. So, Matt...
Yeah, exactly. What would I rate this? Yeah. I mean, you know, it's tough to say because I watched, 45 minutes of the movie and I stopped it a couple times and I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. But, by the end of the movie, I finally clicked and I understood how it could be enjoyable as an adult. I finally got it, and the jokes were kind of making me chuckle and stuff like that. And I thought just the oddness of the characters and stuff was pretty funny and stuff like that. So I would give this a 3. I'd say I liked it overall.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right on. Not bad. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you ask me at the 30-minute mark of the movie, I'd say no way. It's a 2, maybe even a 1. I was like, this is what the fuck. I didn't remember a single thing about it, and I was like, this is just stupid. Why am I watching this? But it grew on me, and I'm like, okay, I get how this is funny. I'm kind of liking this, so it grew on me. Yep, 3 out of 5.
Awesome,
Wow.
dude. I am thrilled. Now, here's the thing. Will you ever watch it again?
I could see myself watching this again. Yeah, under the right, like this time I watched it by myself, and I think that was harder to get through. I think you need to watch this with friends and just be like, hey, let's put this on and just laugh at how stupid this is, and that's the environment you need to watch this in. Like Dave said, you got to catch a buzz and just have fun with it.
Yeah, minimally your chick is enough.
Yeah.
Minimally. But somebody else has to see this.
Somebody else, yeah.
So, Dave, now I'm excited about you, man. So, I am so glad. Now, this is your first time. It's so great that at 40 years old, that you got, and even 3 years from now, you're 40, by the way.
Only me.
But that's going to be your Christ Graber thing.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Courthouse, you're 40 forever.
Constantly 40, yeah.
Yeah. We have to say that. Every birthday show, Matt goes
Coming
up
up.
and Dave is 40.
Yeah. That's fine.
Matt's 36, Dave's 40. Matt's 37, Dave's 40. So, what do you think about the Garbage Pail Kid movie?
Well, Matt was more generous than I thought. I didn't expect a 3 out of him. So, I obviously enjoyed this movie more than Matt did. So, I would be amiss not to go higher than 3.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, you would have to go above Matt.
Right. I was going to say 3. I was going to say 3, and I think with good reason. Because it's the kind of movie, I don't think I could watch this with my wife, unless she was buzzed up. But she, unfortunately, can't get, So,
Because her job, right?
yeah, I will watch it again, for sure.
Awesome.
And I can't wait to watch it with a couple of friends, and I know just who I have in mind. And this type of movie, this should be a cult classic, and it's not. But this should get the attention that fucking Troll 2's gotten. There's no question about it. Troll 2 is a turd compared to this, a fucking turd. And there's more that you hear about. People say they're so bad, they're good. This has so many elements of so bad, it's good. But throw in the 80s and throw in the nostalgia. And if you're my age, or you're us three, all of us, you can appreciate it more because of the nostalgia and the 80s part of it. So it adds another element that makes it, enjoyable. So yeah, it's a blast.
Shit, awesome, dude. Yeah, it's amazing. We've actually spent more time talking about the movie than the actual movie is.
It's a
And that's
conundrum,
always-
this fucking movie.
I'll put this out there because people are probably wondering. Jamie, we did not just talk over her. She had to leave about 30 minutes ago. She has a live show that she does, so she had to dip out. Her ratings, I'm gonna proxy her, and I think she'll say 3.5. I'm gonna say. I think she liked it, right? Didn't she see?
Yeah, she's all about
Yeah, I
it.
think so. And she was a Garbage Pail Kids fan, like you are, Alex. So yeah, I think so.
Minimally 3, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might
So-
even just say 3, but knowing Matt said 3, you gotta go up.
Once Matt said 3, you have to go up.
Yep, Matt
Yeah.
changed. I gotta go at least 3.5 now.
He literally raised the bar.
Had to.
You know what's really funny? I'm looking at the DVD cover right here, and it's a garbage can, and you got these sausage fingers sticking out of it, and it's like, it's amazing that they would actually highlight that.
Right.
That has to be the worst part of the costume.
Yeah. Look at these shitty effects. Aren't they awesome?
It's got that green fucking color to it, the box, and
The green slime. Yeah. It's
Right.
like it's the secret of the ooze, I think.
exactly.
They're from the same world as the Ninja Turtles.
That's why they like pizza, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep.